Yo, what's good? So I just caught SportsCenter on ESPN, and the entire panel was absolutely losing their minds about multiple massive and interconnected stories involving the New York Knicks that have fans simultaneously amazed by the team's incredible undefeated home record, while also intrigued by potential roster additions and genuinely shocked by Mike Brown's revolutionary coaching approach. There's legitimate reporting emerging that the Knicks could potentially pursue Sacramento Kings sharpshooter Kevin Huerter in a trade that would add even more elite three-point shooting to an already potent offense. But before diving deep into that trade speculation, the SportsCenter crew had to break down something absolutely mind-blowing. The Knicks are currently undefeated at home this season, but what if the analysts told you that Mike Brown isn't actually running any set plays whatsoever? More than that, what if they told you that Brown is intentionally allowing certain star players to completely break away from his system whenever they see fit? The panel can't believe what they're witnessing. The New York Knicks are genuinely undefeated at home this season with an incredible winning streak, but the coaching philosophy behind this success is absolutely revolutionary according to the breakdown. Mike Brown is legitimately not running traditional set plays, and his system has the Knicks riding a 4-game winning streak while remaining perfect at Madison Square Garden. So trust the SportsCenter crew on this. They're absolutely not questioning what Brown is doing given the phenomenal results, but the analysts were genuinely very surprised by these latest reports detailing what he's doing, or rather, what he's explicitly not doing. Hey, what's up everyone? Before we jump into this massive Knicks news, I just want to ask you for a quick favor that would mean the world to me. If you could just take 1 second right now and hit that like button, it would be incredibly important to me and helps this channel grow so much. I know it seems like a small thing, but those likes genuinely make a huge difference in getting this content out to more Knicks fans who need to stay updated on everything happening with this team. So seriously, just tap that like button real quick. It literally takes 1 second and it helps me out, more than you know. According to reporting from NBA insider Ian Begley of SNY, something genuinely surprising about the Knicks offense is that there are very few set plays actually installed at this point in the season. According to head coach Mike Brown directly, we still like to play out of concepts and principles, read and react basketball. I think our guys are getting progressively more comfortable with that approach. Chitled, the lack of traditional set plays is somewhat intentional by design, but it's also partially circumstantial given the situation. The Knicks dealt with injuries to key players during the preseason and early regular season games, and those injuries legitimately limited the amount of complex plays Brown and his coaching staff could realistically install and practice. According to Brown's own explanation, trying not to put in too much too quickly has been the ongoing challenge for us as a coaching staff because we don't want to overwhelm our players mentally, and we want to try to catch everybody up to speed before we add significantly more complexity to the system. But once again, New York, going with this read and react approach, is mainly by intentional design rather than just circumstance. According to head coach Mike Brown's coaching philosophy, I think at the end of the day, it would be absolutely ideal if our players can just play basketball without needing play calls from the sideline. That makes it significantly harder for opposing defenses, because if I sit there and call out a specific play from the sideline, well, the other team, with the way modern scouting and preparation works, they're for sure going to have an assistant coach standing up immediately calling out exactly how to defend that particular play. But if you can play with pace and get into your offensive actions quickly, while knowing that within your concepts you have 3 or 4 different options available, that makes it extremely hard for the defense to get settled in and properly aligned. We want to be able to play that way consistently throughout the entire year. The Knicks are playing their 10th game of the season tonight against the Memphis Grizzlies. So the SportsCenter panel acknowledges it's genuinely surprising to hear that Mike Brown is running very few traditional set plays at this point in the season. But when you understand the mathematical logic and basketball philosophy behind the approach, it genuinely starts making complete sense. New York didn't have a fully healthy roster available to start this season, or even during the preseason preparation period. Even right now, they're still gradually working players back into the rotation and integrating them into the specific concepts and principles they want to execute. Until everybody is completely up to speed on the system, it really doesn't make organizational sense to add significantly more complexity to their collective plate. The analysts completely understand that reasoning and approach. They also understand exactly why Mike Brown wants New York to operate more as a genuine read-and-react team that plays instinctive basketball without needing constant play calls. Because, as Brown correctly stated, when you play that way, what can the opposing defense realistically do? How are they going to react and operate defensively? Right now, opposing defenses genuinely don't know what to expect or where the Knicks offense is coming from on any given possession. Is Jalen Brunson going to attack inside and score himself? Or is he going to draw the defense and then spray the ball to the corner for an open shooter, or pass to somebody cutting inside for an easier basket? That's the fundamental difference with the Knicks this year, according to the Sports Center breakdown. It's not only about Karl Anthony Towns' offensive versatility or Jalen Brunson's playmaking. When the Knicks are pushing the ball up court in transition, sometimes it's not even Brunson handling. Sometimes it's OG Anunoby, or Deuce McBride, or Mikal Bridges initiating the offense. Everybody on the floor represents a legitimate scoring threat. And because they're all threats, it creates so much more room for the actual stars of this team, like Anunoby, Bridges, Towns, and Brunson, to operate with space. At times, they're getting wide-open looks at the basket, which is exactly what you want to see happening. So this read-and-react philosophy, the panel is genuinely a fan of it, and they're signing up enthusiastically. They love that approach from Mike Brown, though the analysts do think it helps tremendously if you have that read-and-react foundation while also calling some specific plays in crucial situations. Because when you combine both approaches, if the initial play doesn't work out, the Knicks will find another way around it. As Brown said, they have a number of different options available within every action. If the three-point shot isn't there, a cutter is coming into the lane. If a cutter isn't there, then you probably have a good isolation opportunity to attack your defender one-on-one. Something else that everybody should be aware of, and it's probably not a huge surprise, but the Sports Center crew has to say it explicitly. Just like other elite teams do, the star players on this Knicks roster have the freedom and ability to completely break away from Mike Brown's offensive system to go freelance if an opportunity presents itself. What does that mean specifically? The New York Knicks love to move the ball and get the absolute best shot available before taking that attempt. However, sometimes when the opposing defense is really locked in and executing well, those ideal shots simply aren't available within the system. So they give the ball to Jalen Brunson in those situations. What is Brunson doing in that moment? He's playing pure isolation basketball, getting the best shot he can create, and likely either scoring, drawing a foul for an and-one opportunity, or at minimum getting to the free throw line. That freelancing approach is not part of Mike Brown's systematic offense, but Brunson has earned that freedom because he's Jalen Brunson and has proven he can create high-quality offense in those situations. So it's genuinely no surprise to the panel to hear these new reports that Mike Brown is strategically allowing certain players to break away from his system when appropriate, not only on offense, but also on defense. According to Begley's reporting, as you'd expect, Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns have the freedom to deviate from Mike Brown's principles when they see advantageous opportunities. OG Anunoby also has the green light to make plays outside the framework. According to Brown, "I'm a quick decision guy philosophically. Catch it, pass it, shoot it, or immediately drive. If Jalen catches it and he wants to dance with it a little bit and probe the defense, he's earned that leeway and freedom. If he dances with it 2 or 3 possessions in a row and it's not working effectively, then it's my job as head coach to say, hey, let's go back to quick decision, and we're moving on." But those type of elite guys, they've earned that freedom through their production. But it's not only on the offensive end. Some players have that same freedom on defense to improvise. According to Begley's reporting, Brunson, Towns, and Anunoby have freedom on offense, but on the defensive side of the ball, several Knicks have the green light to improvise outside of Brown's defensive game plan. OG Anunoby is a special defensive player. Mitchell Robinson is a special defensive player. Mikal Bridges is a special player. Josh Hart is a special player. Deuce McBride as well. So these guys have earned the freedom to do some things defensively that you kind of let go and don't overcoach. If it happens too much and it's not working, then you have to correct it. Even the same principle applies on the glass. Josh Hart is such a special rebounder that even though we have designated crash zones where we want our guys attacking the glass from, the reality is that given how special Josh is when it comes to second chance opportunities, he's going to have significant freedom no matter where he is on the floor. Yotit, the SportsCenter crew wants to give some statistical context. The Knicks are ranked number 1 in the entire league in offensive rebounds per 100 possessions. New York also leads the league in made three-pointers per 100 possessions. They're third in three-point attempts per 100 possessions, and they have the absolute best three-point field goal percentage among all teams with at least 40 attempts per game. So the panel has to ask, is Brown's system working? They think his offensive philosophy is absolutely working at an elite level. It's allowing numerous players to get more freedom and more offensive touches, and as anyone who's played competitive basketball knows, when you never touch the ball, your level of engagement drops dramatically. But when ball movement is constant, like it is for New York, and everybody is touching the ball regularly, everybody stays more engaged, more locked in, and more focused, which helps on both ends. But now, let's transition to the Kevin Huerter trade speculation, because this could add even more shooting. Huerter's situation in Sacramento has deteriorated significantly. After an excellent first season with the Kings, his performance declined dramatically in 2024-25, both in three-point efficiency and overall contribution. A shoulder injury requiring surgery ended his season early, contributing to his devaluation. The Kings sought to reformulate their roster after disappointing results, and the three-team trade that brought Zach LaVine to Sacramento included moving Huerter. Although Huerter's 4-year, $65 million contract initially seemed reasonable, his declining performance made it feel burdensome to Sacramento. For the Knicks, Huerter represents exactly what they need: elite three-point shooting that fits perfectly into Brown's read and react system. The SportsCenter crew thinks if healthy, Huerter could thrive in New York's spacing-dependent offense and provide valuable depth. So that was the full breakdown of Mike Brown's revolutionary no-plays philosophy, plus the Kevin Huerter trade speculation.